Hello and welcome back to my walkthrough playlist. In this part, I will continue solving the Tesseract puzzle uh, by focusing on the center two layers. So this one and this one. So these two horizontal layers. Um, Let me first orient the Tesseract in a way that it looks like a normal cube, like this. Uh, so yeah, these are the two layers that I want to solve. I'm not gonna do it completely in this part. There are actually gonna be multiple parts to do that. This part will is actually an optional to follow. So you can actually skip this whole video, and I think the next one you can also skip. It's not necessary, but what I'm gonna do in this video will hopefully speed up the process of solving these two layers because they can be the most time consuming. So what I'm gonna do exactly in this video is I'm gonna take, let me see, there is a green color on top and the opposite of green is magenta. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take all the magenta pieces that I see on those uh, those two middle layers, and I will try to get them on the bottom layer, not necessarily pointing down. That would be preferable, but it's not necessary. Just gonna remove them from these two layers because they're just not supposed to be there. So yeah, let me just get started at that. Yeah. What can I do? Let me just do one of them. All right, so no magenta here. Oh, and then there's that one. Oh, let me just check. Okay, I'm now looking at one of the inner cubes, the inner layers. So that means that there are no hidden magenta colors. So everything that is magenta, oh, okay, has obviously a magenta color on it, but everything that doesn't have a magenta color really does not have a magenta color. This is unlike over here. Here there are pieces like this red piece. It could have a magenta color. I don't know. I cannot see it from this perspective. But in these two inner layers, I can be confident that everything that is magenta, that everything that does not have a magenta color does actually not have a magenta color. What am I doing? Yeah, okay, so I do this. Wait, before I do that, let me just check. Alright, this is already looking quite good. So yeah, I want this to go over there. And there's still one magenta left. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put one of them over here. Then both of them can be removed. Oh. So yeah, as you can see, the two middle layers do not have any magenta colors on them anymore. They're now all at the bottom. There may also be some pieces that do not have magenta colors at the bottom. But that's not really important to me right now. I just want to make sure that these two middle layers don't have magenta. If there are pieces that don't have magenta at the bottom, that's fine. Let me just do the other one also real quick. So yeah, I have to take. Okay, so there are a lot of. What I'm noticing here is that there are 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 center magenta pieces, and there are only 2 non-magenta pieces at the bottom. So some of them will have to stay. Uh, it doesn't really matter which ones. Let me just do this one. And again, this is not a mandatory step, so you can just skip what I'm doing right now. And also, it doesn't have to. The end result doesn't have to be perfect. You don't really have to do all the magenta pieces. Just a vast majority can already speed up things quite well. In fact, I would suggest you don't try to do all of them, because if that takes too much time, then the whole trying to speed things up mindset would kind of well fail. I think that's yeah. So there are only those 2 centerpieces, and everything else is at the bottom. So that's good. Um, so I'm thinking I want to speed this process up. So I what I can do is I can go to these outer layers and also remove the magenta from the middle layers. The only problem is that I don't know for sure that if I, let's say, replace this magenta piece with this yellow cyan piece, if that really will lead to there not being magenta over here, because this piece could have magenta, I'm just not seeing it. So while I do remove a piece that definitely does have magenta on it, the net outcome could be that nothing really has changed. I would have just swapped magenta for magenta. So one easy solution to still continue removing magenta pieces is by rotating 90 degrees. So now I'm in a new orientation. I can again remove some magenta pieces. And wait, am I? Yeah, I'm in the center layers, the innermost layers. Let me see. Okay, I can remove this. Okay, I can't remove that. Let's see, there's one. Oh, battery is getting low. Alright, okay, so there's a magenta piece. Do I have. Oh, those are magenta. Okay, I have a lot of magenta pieces at the bottom, but I can make something work. So, and now I can just swap it with this. Um, am I missing something? Is there any more? Okay, so only one centerpiece that I cannot get down there because all the centerpieces are magenta at the bottom. Now let's go to the other innermost layer. Gonna do the same thing. Okay, I think I have a nice little trick to get that one down. I'll just do this. Oh. Then I can do this, and then I realize now this was not entirely ideal. Oh well, just gonna do this. Okay, still one to go. Oh, this is looking really nice. I see no magenta pieces. Uh, that's nice. So yeah, let me go to another orientation. So would this be a different orientation, or will this be the one that I had before? I'm not sure. This looks pretty done, and this also looks quite done. So let me go. I should remember. Okay, so this has the colors blue and cyan. Let me remember that. This is blue and white. It's quite done. I guess that cyan and white is probably. Yeah, okay, so here I can make some progress. Okay, there are a lot of magenta pieces at the bottom. So, okay, I can still. Is there any edge piece that has less than 2 magenta colors? No, every edge piece at the bottom has magenta on it. Okay, can't make any more progress than I have done so far. So let me see the other innermost layer. Here there's maybe some progress I can make. Alright, so I'm gonna put it over here. I'll take, yes. Alright, so did I get everything here? Yeah, I think so. Alright, now I'm trying to, instead of, well, as you noticed before, I was kind of messing around which of these two I had to click to make any progress. I'm gonna do it a little bit different this time. This time I'm gonna click on the one on the top left. This will give me a very different kind of view of my progress. I've probably shown this orientation before. So what I'm looking at right now is one of the middle layers, and this is the other one. So what I've been trying to do so far is to free these two layers from all the magenta pieces. You can see there's still some there, but mostly they're not magenta. But of course, I want them to have as little magenta as possible. So I'm gonna use this orientation to get some more progress a little bit more quickly. So let me just move some things around. If I put all those corners, Yes, I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna put, oh, oops. I'm gonna put all those corners here. Yes, that could work. Still, all right. I'm not gonna go for perfection, but this is gonna work. So I'm gonna try to move those four magenta corners from this orientation. And I'm now gonna specifically choose the top one. So then the magenta pieces at the corners will still be visible in one of the outermost layers. And that's this one. And well, now it's just a matter of removing them. So this time I am actually removing magenta pieces uh, from the top, from the, oh wait, hang on. If I, it's not these corners, are they? No, no, of course, no, they're the edges. So wait, I only see two magenta edges, so then I guess it's not this one. I suppose it's this one. Yeah, yeah, this is the one. So you see a lot of these edges have magenta on them. All four of them on the top ring, well, the top middle ring. Uh, so let me just try to remove those, even though I am at risk that I will put magenta. I will be swapping magenta for magenta. Oh, that's not really what I wanted, but I think I don't have much of a choice here. Because let me think about it for a second. It's a three-colored piece. So in this view, it looks like a two-colored piece because it's on the outer layer, but in the outer, yeah, the outer layer. So if I move it to the inner layer, then it would be a corner piece. But if it's a corner piece, then it's not in those two layers. Um, I don't really know. Wait, but if it's not in the middle layers, then that's good. Um, oh, I guess I probably should have the corners orient a different direction. Is that how it's supposed to be? Let me. Uh, wait a minute. I'm going back. So something doesn't make sense to me. So I have, yeah. So these are the four magenta pieces that I wanted to remove. So what if I go to an orientation? Wait, but I can't go to an. Oh wait, they're always going to be outermost layer pieces, except in this orientation. Ah, that's the problem here. Let me just, you know what? I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try to move them. Let me see. Ah, this is two for the price of one. Um, okay, I still have that one over there. Those two are still there. Okay, I will only be able to get one of these magenta free. Okay, I took a bit of a risk here. I cannot say for certain that the two middle layers are completely magenta free. In fact, I know they are not because this piece is here. But even if I ignore this piece, could still be some magenta pieces among them. Um, but let me go back to this view, and I can objectively see if I made progress. So I definitely made progress, as you can see. So there are only two pieces left that are magenta. So that's good. Uh, I think that's actually what I was hoping for. Because I recall there were like six of them. Like four of them were put in the same ring, and two of them were. I was kind of ignoring them, but apparently, yeah, I think I did pretty well. Um, yeah, these are only two pieces. That's not very interesting to work with. Let me look over here. Okay, so this is interesting. Here we have a centerpiece. That could be an interesting one to figure out how to resolve that one. And the others are corner pieces again. Okay, I'm just gonna focus on the centerpiece because I think that will be a little bit easier and together with this edge piece. So I like the way they're oriented right now. Only thing is that I need to be able to swap them with something that's not magenta. So let me just go to this layer and let's see if there is something. Oh yeah, the risk is of course that I cannot tell in this outermost layer if something is magenta or not. I can only tell if things are magenta if I see a magenta color, but if I don't see it, I can't be certain about it. So this looks good. Because if I'm not mistaken, if I now go here, I should be able to find those. I think I just did. And then it's a matter of being able to swap them with something that is not magenta. Oh, but that's the problem, isn't it? A lot of this is magenta. This is a little bit of a disappointment. Um, so if you're doing this, I don't want you to overthink this too much because that could be time consuming. And I think I made quite a lot of progress already, uh, albeit not too perfect. So you really want to get as much magenta at the bottom with as little effort as possible. Um, so yeah, if you get at that point where you feel like the amount of effort you have to take to make any more progress is too much, uh, yeah, if it's gonna be too much, then you should just not do that, not continue, and just try to do, try to go to the next part, to the next video, where I will explain why we did that. But if you really want to see how I continue, you can keep on watching. So I'm gonna do what I did before with the corner pieces. I'm gonna try to get them to swap. Uh, but again, the problem will be that I won't be able to tell if actually succeed or not. So I guess, oh, this is the right orientation. The right layer, I mean, the right outermost layer. So yeah, let me see. I see some colors that seem to lack some magenta, which is good. That's what I want. Uh, yeah, then of course I have to do something like, so what I'm doing right now is quite dangerous because it's a possibility that I'm swapping one magenta color for two magenta colors. So this piece could have magenta color on it. This is a risk I'm gonna take. I'm gonna do it again. So this piece also could have magenta on it. Oh, wait. Wait. What am I doing? Ah, yeah, this makes sense. Okay. I hope I made some progress here. Can't say for sure. So it might even be more magenta than I started with. Uh, Alright, so this is looking bad, but that's actually good that I'm seeing a lot of magenta here. What I don't want to see is too much magenta over here. So I see 3, 4. Okay, so I made some progress, but uh, not a lot of progress. And over here, I think I'm still at the same two magenta pieces. So my suggestion to you is if you get to this point to just stop and go to the next part. But I'm gonna continue because I still want to see if I can get these two pieces, this edge piece and the center piece, uh, removed. Just to show you how to do it, because that's what this walkthrough is about. I'm not here trying to speedrun my own game. I'm trying to teach you something. Um, it would be really nice if I could just see all the magenta colors here instead of guessing that they are magenta or not. So yeah, this could be it, but I don't know for sure. Let me just see what happens. Is this could be the one? Yeah, this. No, wait, it's one of the innermost. Yeah, this is the one. Okay, so okay, I looked out. I have at least I can remove this piece, which is nice. And I also seem to be able. Yeah, this piece is also gonna work. So it seems great. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, I have to just put it. Okay, yeah. What I have to do is put it here. Oh, Then I can move this. Then I have that one. Alright, so I got two pieces at the bottom. And let me just make some of the magenta pieces move downward. That would be kind of helpful. This, by the way, doesn't matter for the next step. I still want some of those corner pieces to go down. So I think that if I just make as much of these point downwards, that it will work out. So let me just do this one real quick. Okay. Going to try to get all the corners to point down here. Yeah, then I do this. And then one more time. Alright, so this one does not have magenta, so this is fine. The edge pieces are a little bit annoying. But yeah, this is not too bad. How about doing the same for the outermost? Because I feel like I should probably do that if I want to accomplish what I want to accomplish. Let me think real quick. Alright, okay, so there are three corner pieces and they're all pointing down. That seems to be good. I could probably also do this one. This is a little bit ugly over here. Let me just look at this orientation to see how far I've gotten. So I see these two corner pieces are still there. Which I guess is fine because I wasn't trying to get anything removed. How do I want this? Yes, that seems to be alright. And close together. How about this orientation? Also still some magenta. Oh, one of them is not a corner. Interesting. Maybe I can get them all a little bit lined up. And I can resolve all of them at once. So there we have those. Yeah, let me just yes, okay, so they are nicely lined up. So I want on this line, I want some pieces that are not magenta. See, okay, that looks like it's not magenta. It also looks like it's not magenta. In fact, I think I've seen this color scheme before. It was not magenta, but could be mistaken. Now, let me see. Let me think, because there are three corners. One, two, three. Yeah, so I want uh, as much non-magenta corners at the top. Okay, so one. Okay, so all four corners do not seem to have magenta on them. So that's good. How about the edges? Because the more edges that do not seem to be magenta, the better. Can make this one seem to be not magenta and this one as well. So that makes a four in total. So four in this top layer part. Can I do more? I think I can. But that's. Oh wait, no, I can do one more. So I can do this. That's my limit. So everything here definitely has magenta. So okay, so the top layer has as little magenta as possible. Uh, and everything magenta related is here also at the top. So then I can just click here, the top left one, and they should be visible in one of the outer layers, and I guess it's this one. Um, oh, this is interesting. Okay, so the wall. So when I was rotating pieces with magenta colors on them downwards, I made them, of course, invisible. Oh, that was actually a stupid thing to do. I should have not done that. Ah, of course. Yeah, my bad. Um, but did I not? So I have zero pieces. Ah, that's a shame. Such a shame. All right, but now that I know that, I can just do the opposite. I can make all the magenta point outwards instead of downwards. It's again, this is not important for this walkthrough. I'm just doing it because, well, I like doing it. Um, but you can skip this if you haven't done already. So I'm gonna first do the edges. Yeah, okay. So except for these edges, they all point outwards. The corners. Okay, so 3 out of 4 are already pointing outwards. Do I want to actually do the last one or? Because I usually am not very good at the last one. Let me just leave it like this. I think that's sufficient. And let me go to the next one. Okay, so the edges are a little bit alternating. So I'm just gonna focus on getting all the corners. And that will be not too hard because some of those corners do not have any magenta. Okay, so uh, game froze. Oh no, it doesn't. Okay, so yeah, okay, looking pretty good. It's a bit of a shame of the magenta pieces that at the edges that they alternate. I could fix that, but I'm not gonna bother. That's too much effort. Okay, those are alternating, but I can do this one real quick. And the corners are pointing outwards as well. Okay, great. And what about this one? Uh, oh, this one is already doing what I wanted to do. Alright, so now, if I go to this, now it should be more obvious for me which pieces have magenta on them and which don't. So there's still a chance that some of them have magenta, but seem to not have it. But I just have to live with that. Oh, and you know what I just realized? I was comparing. Okay, so let me just rotate this a bit. So these are the pieces I want to swap. So there are corner pieces and there's an edge piece. But over here, I shouldn't be looking at corners and edges. I should be looking at edges and centers. That's my mistake, of course. But uh, wait, am I saying that right? Yeah, because an edge actually has three colors. All right. Okay. Okay. So there should be. I need three edges and one centerpiece. That okay. Then, if that's true, but they still should be on the top. But how am I gonna work with the centerpiece? Or with the edge piece? Let me think this through. If I have this edge piece, it should become a centerpiece over here. But how can I get a centerpiece to align with it? I mean, this one is kind of aligned with it, but then it wouldn't be visible at all. It would just disappear, won't it? Or it's... No, wait, it won't disappear. Uh, the magenta color will disappear. That's it. Ah, yes. Yeah, I'm starting to get it. So I want centerpieces here. That, yeah, I want them to be here. That's it. It should not be magenta. The only problem is that I don't really know which ones are magenta or not. Okay, so now I have, yeah, it could also be these. Okay, this is terrible what I'm doing right now. Let me just focus on the edge pieces. There are less of those that do not have magenta colors on them. I just have to get them at the top layer, and that should be enough. Doesn't really matter where on the top layer. So do I have ones that are not magenta? So how many did I get at the top? I count 1, 2, 3, which is exact. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's 4. So one of them is definitely a fake, and the other 3 are probably correct. Let me just check it out. Okay, here they are. And oh yeah, so it does seem to have worked, although I cannot be 100% certain that. Well, actually, no, I should be certain that this black piece does in fact not contain magenta. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it doesn't. I'm just gonna swap it around. And now for the edge pieces. So those are a little bit more challenging because there were only 4 edge pieces without magenta, and I count now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 pieces that do not have magenta. So 2 of those are fakes. And I'm pretty sure I don't recall seeing 2 non-magentas next to each other. Oh, but you know what? There is a way I can, in fact, distinguish them. If I go back to this orientation, let me just... Oh, they're at the bottom, are they? Yeah, they're at the bottom. Okay. So let me just rotate this a bit. Okay, so I have some pieces here at the bottom that do not have magenta on them, or they appear not to have magenta on them. I have some pieces that I know have magenta on them. So, what do I have to do to make the magenta appear? And I would guess that what I have to do is make sure that the magenta faces outwards. That's my first guess. So I'm gonna do this. Yeah, I can just, because, okay, these are 2 magenta pieces. It doesn't really matter what comes in place for it. So this is good. This is facing outwards. This is facing outwards. Then I want this one replaced with an outward facing one. And this one as well. Oh, wait, that's not outward facing. Um, and there are still 1, 2, 3. Wait, there are 4. Where are they? I thought there were 4 of them. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm now counting 3 edges, so maybe those are the exactly the edges that I want. Did... Oh, there it is. Ah, okay. I found it. I definitely want this one up there. What's the best way to do that? I guess it's like this. This is looking pretty well. I think there are no more non-magenta pieces at the edges. So now what I've done is I've put all the non-magenta pieces at the top. And let me just double check that the top is in fact the top. I think I may have... Oh wait, here they are. So this is the top layer that I'm referring to. Yeah, so they're all at this layer, this height. And these should be as well. Yeah, they are. And the magenta pieces that are there, they're pointing outwards. So I should be able to see the magenta on the ones that have magenta when I do this. Then I have to move over here. Okay, now this should make things easier. Now I can get the last magenta pieces downwards. So yeah, you can see that there are definitely a lot of magenta pieces among them. Oh, and I think this one was the faker. So there were 4 edge pieces that did not seem to have magenta on them. And this one was the faker. So the other 3 should be good. So I can definitely make some progress here. Okay, then I want this piece over there. And then these pieces over there. Alright, that seems to be cleaned up nicely. And let me double check if I got all the magenta pieces. So this looks clean. And this one as well, but let me just rotate it all the way to the other side. I really like this color scheme, this greenless, magenta-less color scheme. That's a kind of Lego feel, doesn't it? So yeah, that's looking perfect. But I do want to repeat, this is not what you really want to do. If I look at the time, it's almost an hour since I've started recording. Also, too much time to be looking at this, trying to get the magenta pieces downwards, because in later steps, magenta pieces will go back up. So then it will almost seem like all the effort was for nothing. Uh, it's only gonna help us with the next step in the next video, uh, where we'll explain why we did all of this. The reason I sticked, oh, sorry, let me fix that. The reason I did continue getting everything downwards is just to show you all the different techniques I used to get them downwards, in the hopes of teaching you something. If you didn't really get what I was doing, have some questions, anything, please contact me by email. Then I might make a video where I explain it. Maybe I will put it in my explanations playlist. That that will not be in my walkthrough, because these walkthrough videos are quite long, especially if I try to get all the magenta pieces downwards. But on the plus side, I do think I've shown different techniques on how to get them downwards, and some more insights on how you have to look at things. For example, that the number of colors that each piece have differ from these two views compared to these two views. So yeah, that's basically it. So let me just let me just orient the screen like this. This will be my thumbnail of this video. uh, so yeah, thanks for watching. Hope to see you next time. Bye bye.